Well, here we are, starting out at Phyllis. This is a winter hive check that we are doing. It's about 20 degrees this particular day, and so the bees should be clustered. Phyllis, they're at the top of the hive. This went in through the upper hole, and basically you stick the camera in and you look for movement. If you see movement, you've got living bees. This camera is a borescope camera. It's basically a camera on the end of a wire, and I put it through the top first because I want to check their sugar supply, which is their emergency food source. You can see here, this hive, being at the top like they are, they've eaten through most of their sugar. So that is a little bit concerning, and I'll have to top them up pretty aggressively next chance that I get. And you see daylight around there. That's mainly for ventilation around the top. They're right under the lid. All right, we move to Meredith. Same thing. We're going to take that camera, push it through the upper entrance, and sort of wiggle it around and see what I see. It's really hard to hold this camera still. So I kind of move it around and look for movement, and while I'm looking at the sugar supply. And I have to say, there's no sign of life outside of these hives when it's this cold, because they should be in cluster, meaning they're all bunched up together for warmth. But moving it around, I start to get a little alarmed. We have lost hives this time of year, and then one of the times I move the camera, I think I see something. And when I'm out there doing this, my iPhone is my screen, so I'm watching on an iPhone from the camera. I see movement, and then I'm trying to get a better look and see if I can figure out if that is a sign of a cluster. There's the bee. Somebody moved. I know I saw it. So I'm trying to see if that's a cluster that's up at the top of the hive. There's that ventilation gap you can see all the way around again. Lots of sugar up here. All right, we're going to go through the bottom entrance of the same hive. This is a screened bottom, just like the first one was. So you can see that screen there at the bottom. It's to kind of let mites and stuff that get dislodged and fall out the bottom of the hive, which is what we really want, is to get the mites out. See dead bees down here. That's pretty normal in the wintertime. As the bees on the outside of the cluster freeze, they kind of drop off and die. That's pretty normal. They get replenished. The queen doesn't lay much during the winter, but she will lay a few. It's also why you want to go into winter with a strong hive, so you have a lot of, well, expendable bees. So again, I'm kind of pushing it around, looking for movement, and then there they are. They're at the bottom. Now this is probably pretty good. That means that they're down at the bottom of the hive and living off their honey stores, which also might include liquid feed that we gave them. If you saw that plastic bag in the top, when I first put the camera in the top of this hive, you'll see it in the next hive too. That plastic bag had liquid feed for them that was sort of like a honey substitute. And the sugar bricks are there because they don't freeze, and they can use that as an immediate source. So the liquid sugar, basically they store like honey, and the hard sugar they can eat as like daily rations, which is why it's an emergency feed. That's why we make sure they have some. There's a good sized cluster in here. They're pretty active too. Don't ask me what they're doing. I have no idea. They're not shivering. They're kind of active. All right, last hive. Same thing, go in through the top, look at the sugar. Looks like a good supply up here, but also a ghost town. You can see that plastic bag for the liquid feed used to be. You put that in there, poke some holes in it, and they sort of like suck on it and store it away. We'll yank that out next time and replace it with more hard sugar. All right, in through the bottom. This is a solid bottom board hive. Again, there's some debris and dead bees at the bottom. And almost immediately I find some movement. There they are. Hello, ladies. Glad to see you're all doing well. And basically that's it. That's a quick winter hive check. And that's what we want to see. We want to see bees down there still alive. So we're 3 for 3. All hives so far survived. Again, this is 20 degrees or so, just in December. Yeah, excellent. Thanks for watching.